Hey everyone, it's Erin Melton. It's awesome to see you again and super, super excited about who we have on today. It is Brent Gove. Brent, thank you so much for being with us.
Great to be here, Aaron. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into real estate.
Wow. Well, my mom and dad got into real estate in the 70s. I'm second generation. My kids are third generation. And growing up, San Diego, and we moved to Sacramento in the mid 70s and 76 and watched my parents in real estate, and they did well. They were Coldwell Banker agents. They were 55-year career. Retired
Okay.
there. My mom was 75. My dad was 77 when they retired. My dad's now 85. My mom was 83. But so I got into real estate when I was 30. In high school, they're like, well, you got to go to college and you have to pick a major. And there was no major in real estate. And I never even
Right.
thought of a career in real estate. I'm like, you got to get a job. They don't have real estate jobs, the employment. So I decided to be a history teacher and a coach, and would rather have done PE because I love sports, but nobody respects the PE coaches. So
Right.
I'll be U.S. history because I'm a history buff. I love history.
Okay.
Aaron, do you ever drive by those markers? It's like historical markers,
Yes.
like stone. They have the brass plate there.
You're the one plastered to
Park
those.
my car and read those
I
things.
get it. I
I
get it.
think it's fascinating to know what happened here 200 years ago or
Hmm.
100 years ago. I love knowing whatever it was so important. They built a stone monument to it with a brass. I think it's kind of cool. So that's my weird little personality. And then, but I got into sales in college and started making triple what my college professors were making with PhDs. And I realized real quick, education, as far as a formal education, was not going to be my chosen path. I mean, are you kidding? I'm earning triple what PhDs make. I'm
Right.
out, and I dropped out of college in my junior year, and because I've always been about making money. That's what you do. You make money for your family. You gotta
Right.
make a living. What can you tolerate for 40 years and make a reasonable amount of money for your family? And so people like I chose to be a history teacher, a high school history teacher. And people are like, oh, you love kids? I'm like, I like kids like anybody else, but
Right.
I like summers off. I like houseboating and water skiing and fishing and camping. And so I thought, they're like, what are you going to do for 40 years? You better like it. You better really slow down and declare your major and make sure if you pick chemistry or accounting or business or engineering or art, you better like that. I'm like, well, why is it so important we like it? Because you're going to do it for decades and decades and decades. You got a 40-year career, you better like it. And I'm
You're
like,
like,
so I couldn't find anything I liked that much other than time off. So I chose to be a teacher for what I wouldn't be doing, to have summers off. That's literally, and I was a horrible student. I was a C student. I got tutors for math. I had tutors for English. I always got C minuses and C's. I mean, if I got a C plus, we were having a flipping party. I was just not. I mean, a B minus was like an A plus, was like a 4.0. I'm like, freaking, I got a B. I like nailed that thing. I was so damn excited. So I was convinced of one thing when I got out of high school, that I was stupid. I was a dishwasher and a busboy. I remember my friend Andy being a waiter at Lyons Coffee Shop. And I was by the way, he went on to become a college professor at Rutgers University in English, smart as hell. He's a sharp guy. And, he scored a 1,400 on the SAT. I got like a 587. Anyways, so I was so impressed that Andy was a waiter. I'm like, well, that's for smart kids. I'm in the back. I got the big vinyl bib on and I'm doing dishes. That's what I deserve because I'm stupid. And so, of course, no, I really believe that. And you have bonehead English and bonehead math. That's what they called that stuff in the late 70s, early 80s, man. I got a little bone up here, a little Viking up here. And so I knew I was stupid. And I found out later on, I'm actually pretty smart. I'm scrappy. I'm streets. I may not be like PhD, master's degree, college educated, but I am scrappy. I will bootstrap anything. I will work hard,
mhm.
great with people, and I am intelligent. So I
Yeah.
had to learn that about myself. And so I got into real estate when I was 30 on a whim. And that's how I got into real estate. And I did not do well the first 6 months. I sold like 3 homes. And I'm like, how do you do this? But I was very super part time. I really wasn't committed. And I was a little ashamed that I had failed and had to get in real estate. So I didn't put my last name on my cards. Talk about ego. It was Remax called Brent, and my signs for sale called Brent, no last name. I did not want people to know I was in real estate, not because I had no problem with real estate.
Mhm.
The fact that I had failed, that I had to get into real estate, do something besides what I was doing. And I had been building a sales company, and it just didn't work out, and things went under. And so I was, but by my fourth year in real estate, I was making 400,000 a year. I started putting my name on my business cards
Mhm.
and on my signs. So anyways, that's my story of how I got in real estate.
Very interesting. I did not know any of that about you.
Yep. I was a rugby player too, rugby in high school and rugby in college. That was my college sport, rugby. So yeah.
So how many is your collarbone all, messed up? Do you have a
Oh
big old
God,
lump in your
their new teeth, they all got replaced from being smashed in the face, no helmets, no nothing. It's just like brutal. Oh, I couldn't walk for 2 days. We played Cal, Berkeley. They had 4 squads. These Samoans with thighs like this, and my four, their heads were this big, and
Right.
they, oh man, it's the '80s. It was a great time, but it was painful. Yes, I am busted up, but
You are
actually,
busted up. Our
no,
our
no.
our son played rugby for a little
Oh,
bit and, broken collarbone, giant stitches across, then getting him, like, redone. Yeah,
yes,
he's like, "This is
yes.
great, I love this," and I'm like, "Oh my god."
It
Every
is
single
a.
time there
It's.
was
It was
blood
like.
everywhere.
It was like UFC before the UFC. I mean, rugby players are crazy. Like, we did not put on, like, football players, biggest bunch of sissies you ever met. Pads and helmets. Oh my God.
Right, why would you
We
do
just got
that?
out there, boom, body to body. And that was a lot of fun. So that was preparation for real estate. You know what I mean? Door
It
knocking,
really is, it
open
really
houses,
is.
elbows. I'm like, oh yeah, don't ever call me again. Anyway, so I was, you got to be a little unstable to play rugby. So it's perfect for real estate.
It's perfect. It's prerequisite. Brent, tell us about what would you say is your why?
It's funny. You told me you were going to ask me this question, and it was like, you got to have a why. Everyone, Gary Kelly, you got to have your big why. I've heard that my whole life. I just to make money. What do you do with the money? Have a house, a car, go on vacation to Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if I have this, like, my big why is to feed 1 million people. I do what I do to feed 1 million. I want to bring an end to human trafficking. I think that's awesome. I
Yeah.
want to bring an end to human trafficking. I want to feed people. I want to help the homeless. And I do all that stuff and whatever I can. I don't think I have a big why. I just have a burning desire to succeed. I like to make money. I love people. And, a lot of people have a back office at EXP and you check in, and people say they check in 10 times a day all day long because and your rev share grows. I don't even know how to log into the back office. I've been here 5 years. I don't know. If they said, log into your back office or we're going to take away, I'd lose my business. I have no idea how to log in. I check once a month on the 12th of the month. And I go, hey, so where's rev share at this month? I mean, I don't obsess on the money, even though
Yeah.
it's really good.
Mhm.
I always ask once a month where we at, but what I obsess on is the people, is loving the people, serving the people, laying my life down for people, like, let's go, let's run together. What's the old adage, the old African proverb? If
Yes.
you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, let's go together. And so I'm all about building the love boat. I'm all about the people. Then the money is a byproduct of the value you're bringing to the market. It's a byproduct of your love, of your service, of your clients know you got their back. You would give up your commission for them. You will
Mhm.
step up when it's not your fault. So what? Pay the $1,200. Pay the $1,800. Well, they will freaking love you. You'll never lose them again. It's like, it wasn't even Brent's fault, and he took care of this for us. We will always use Brent Gove, and you got to use Brent. And then, so if you get it, if you ever feel like you're getting stepped on, well, I can't be a mat. That's not. Do it. Step up. Pay for it when you don't have to. Of course, pay for it when you have to. But when people aren't ready, what your customer wants of you, the best $2,300, the best $7,000 you ever spent was paying for something you didn't necessarily have to pay for, but they know when that stuff hits the fan, and it will hit the proverbial fan.
Mhm.
They can count on
Yeah.
Aaron. They can count on you. They can count on Brent. And, like, that's what my parents taught me, is do the right thing, step up, have your customers, your clients back, and baby, and I sold 4,000 homes in 20 years because people like it. They like it when you got their back, they count on you. So that's what I have to say about my big why is really big love. It's big love for the human race, for human kindness. Hello, human kindness. That's my answer to the big why. If that's even an
It's so
answer.
apparent. No, it is 100% apparent. That is what gets you up every day and how you do your thing. It's
Yeah.
so evident. It's
So
so evident.
cool.
All right, Brent, talk to everyone about the burning question, agent attraction success through mega events, because you are the king of the mega event. So tell us about that.
Well, it started with a little event. It started on accident. What is it? Newton discovered gravity because he was under an apple tree and the apple hit him in the head.
Right.
Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone for his sister that had a hearing issue. Right. I mean, you'd be surprised at things that happen that way. So, for me, Gene Frederick, myself, James, my operations manager, and Scott Lewis went golfing in Scottsdale. And then
Okay.
4 other golfers are about, hey, can we join you? We'll get 2 foursomes. And then 4 more. And then 4 more, then 4 more. And like within 3 weeks, we went from the 4 of us with 2, 3 weeks notice to 88 of us showed up to go golfing. I go, we're just going golfing. We're going to go swimming in the pool. We're going to golf. We're going to go out to dinner at night. We're just going to hang out for 3 or 4 days and just have a good time and hang out in Scottsdale, Arizona at the JW Marriott Desert Ridge, my favorite resort in the United States. It is 5-star resort, lazy river and the misters and the golfing is world class and the Royce Hawaiian Steakhouse fusion cuisine and just good times. And so our first event was a big fat accident and 88 of us showed up. I thought, well, there's so many of us. Maybe we should do a little mastermind every day. So I called the hotel and I rented a room that held about, I don't know, 80 people, and we jammed 88 into it. It was overlooking the water and big windows. And it was the very first event we ever did on accident. And we did every day. We golfed all morning, swam and played all afternoon. And at 4 o'clock, we were in that room. It was casual, no coats, no suits, no ties, shorts and polo, casual sandals. And we had 88 people come and people were just lit. It just lit the fuse. The next year we did it again in the spring in Scottsdale. 400 people came. The next year, 1,200 people came. We moved it to the Red Rock in Summerlin, which is 10 miles outside of or 5 miles outside of Las Vegas. The Strip, it's beautiful. It's like Scottsdale of Las Vegas, and we did it at the Marriott there, and we had 1,200. Or no, the Red Rock Resort, beautiful. We had 1,200 people show up. Then COVID hit. Nobody showed up. We couldn't meet. And then this year we met, and we had about 5,000 people show up in Dallas. But this is built event to event. I entered EXP from EXPCon in San Antonio. Jay Kinder entered EXP from a EXP shareholder event in Fort Lauderdale. So, I do one in Cabo and Dallas. I kind of bounce between Mexico and Dallas, our events. Cabo sold out in 72 hours. 1,200 people bought tickets. Gone. I mean, just people turned around and it was sold out. And so they're very popular. Tony Robbins showed up this past year.
Yep.
It was amazing. He was
It
our
was
key
fabulous.
third day, just rocked. Yes. So, but the key is getting people to events. So I'll end with this. You asked a long answer to a short question. My first event as a guest, I was a Keller Williams ex team leader. I showed up with 2 guests. I brought 2 guests as a guest. I said, let's go to this EXPCon thing. Let's check out EXP. And I go, I'm really excited about it. So I actually don't need you guys to be excited. I actually want you to be negative. I want you to be analytical. I want you to interview people quietly in the hallways and let's poke holes in this thing. Let's find the flaw. Let's find the fly in the ointment. Let's see if this thing passed the proverbial mustard test. Let's actually go there to tear EXP apart. Well, we went there. I must have interviewed 40 or 50 people. There were 400 people in the entire company there. That was it. That was all of EXP. And now we have events with 5,000 people,
Right.
and it's not even a company event. And so we came back and we moved my $120 million producing team into EXP. And we went, this just makes sense. And we're going to try it for a whopping 6 months. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll go back to Keller or go to Remax, go independent, whatever. We don't need the brand. I broke all my sales records at EXP within 8 months of joining EXP. People didn't do all that business because I had a balloon called Remax or a KW, these special letters, K to W and the
For you.
red.
They're hiring you.
Correct. And so the events are huge though. So I I brought 19 people 6 months later to EXPCon. And so I was a guest with 2 people, got in. 6 months later, I brought 19 guests, but then they brought people who brought people. We ended up with 90. So I brought 90 people. My first official EXP as an agent, I showed up with 90. And then they went, and then the next one, 6 months later, we must have had 300 or 400. And now we show up, we have 3,000 or 4,000 people coming to events, and we're growing worldwide. I think I have 800 agents and brokers a month joining my business, not EXP, just my business and more, but that's just in my 7 levels. Do you imagine? I mean, I remember when I just wanted 1 a day or 10 a month. That's 120 a year. And in 3 years, I'd have 360 agents, make you $250,000 in rev share outside of real estate to retire, to pay off your mortgage, to take that $250,000 a year outside of what you're earning in real estate commissions.
Right.
And that was my big plan, 10 a month, 120 a year, 360 in 3 years. Well, I got to 10 a month. And then within 2 or 3 months, I was at 20 a month. Within 2 or 3 months, I was at 30 a month, 1 a day. And then I'm like, that's 360 a year times 3. That's 1,000. That's 750,000 a year rev share and stock awards outside of real estate. You can pay off your house. You can get prepared for retirement. And then that was with 30 a month. Now we have 800 a month. It'll turn into 2,000 a month. And that's not EXP. That's little me and my 7 levels. Doesn't count people on level 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's amazing. The opportunity is so huge. There's 208 countries, 25 million agents worldwide. We're going to have 1 million. There's 900,000 coming. They're going to come through. Everyone watching this, what do we do? Is this called a podcast? What do we do?
I know. It's like, it's not a podcast because we're actually talking. So it's a real estate success show, we'll call it.
Show, yes. So if you join EXP, you're going to be a part of it. If I'd stayed at RE/MAX, I'd watch it happen all around me. You know, there are people who watched Netflix happen and they owned blockbusters. And then it all failed. And they're like, man, I should have thrown in with Netflix. I should have thrown in with Uber. Should have thrown in with Zoom or DoorDash or Amazon or Google. Stop shooting all over yourself, as the old saying, right? Throw in. This is in your industry. Give it a shot. I'm going to help you. Aaron's going to help you. In fact, if you're excited about EXP and you want to understand it better, I just released a new video. It's themodelexplained.com. Modelexplained, pasttense.com. Watch it tonight. Then call Aaron. I want you to watch it and then send Aaron a text, an email, Facebooker, YouTuber, Instagrammer, whatever you guys do. You know, I'm old. This is like, I did everything with a yellow notepad right there. That's how I do stuff. So I just wrote stuff down and called people, but send her a pigeon carrier. I love you. I love you. Don't tell your husband. I know your husband's in that room. I love you. So something sexy about a cup of coffee and a yellow notepad. It's sexy. Anyways, I'm 55, you know, whatever. By the way, my kids, we had this big argument. They're like, we were talking about Amazon. I let them know I've actually never placed an order for anything through Amazon. And my kids couldn't believe it. We're just like, I've never ordered from Amazon. And I'm going to stick with it just to drive my kids crazy. I've never ordered. I may be the last human being. Anyway, so the events are huge. I'll say this, major decisions are made at major events. People get it. I brought Gail to Scottsdale, RE/MAX agent, selling 60 homes a year. She came last May. She was, I get it. Took that 12-inch drop from her head to her heart. 18-inch, whatever it is, 12, whatever it is.
Yeah.
She brought 30 to Dallas. 30. They're all ready to run through brick walls, and they are. I just did a meeting for them in my conference room here. Beautiful conference room like this. Probably had 50 people jammed in there, the sharpest, most beautiful group you ever saw. And they're bringing 100 to Las Vegas to our EXPCon, from 0 to 30 to 100. And that 100 will bring 500, 600 next year. That's how you grow. The events do the heavy lifting. You must come to the EXPCon. Well, I don't know if I want to go. Just forget it. Just go to Century 21. Go to RE/MAX.
Right.
You got to.
Just don't get it.
You don't get it. You got to go.
You got to go.
Yep.
And it is impactful.
Yep.
That one build that we just did in Dallas and in Grapevine, that was our first big event with you.
What did you think?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yep.
Phenomenal.
Pretty cool. There you go.
So Brent, what would your adolescent self not recognize about Brent today?
He's heavier than he was. Let's see. You know, you learn a lot over the time. You really learn. You learn to be, I am less judgmental of people. You know, I used to go, what is your problem? Why are you getting divorced? Or why are you having marriage
Mhm.
problems? Well, I had my own marriage problems 10 years ago, and I've been married 30 years now, but I walk with a limp, and I'm like, okay, I get it, and you could say, well, your 2-year-old, 3-year-old shouldn't act like that till you have kids. And then your kids embarrass you on an airplane or out the dinner. You're like, oh, so I'm less judgmental. I think I'm more loving, more acceptable of people who maybe share. I have certain political views, and some people want to kill other people of other political views. I'm more, they don't have my views. Of course, they're going to act like that. They don't have my faith. Other religions, I'm of the Christian faith, and so that's very important to me. But I'm not as when I meet people in other religions, I'm not like, oh, you're bad. I'm like more. That's their religion. They don't have my faith. Why are they going to behave like me? Why are they going to do the things I do? And so I'm just more, you know. I don't condone it, but I'm more loving, more accepting of what beautiful people are. And until they either acquire your beliefs or faith, then they're just going to do whatever they're going to do. And I'm not going to hold it against them. Why would they have certain values, right? If they don't. Anyways, I hope that's making sense. Hold on. Who do we have here? Hold on. What do we got? Gene Frederick, what's going on, buddy? Gene Frederick. Are you there? Oh, I think he pocket dialed me. This is funny. So that's Gene Frederick, everybody, on a pocket dial. I thought we'd get him on here. That is funny. Gene, turn your camera on. Can you hear me? He's trying to turn his camera on. I'm on a live. What is this? Some sort of podcast?
It's a real estate success show.
You're on the real estate success. Is this live? Is this being recorded? Is this a live deal? Is it actually live? This is funny. Hello, world. Gene doesn't know how to turn his camera on. You can't turn your camera on?
I'm trying.
Well, Gene, say hi to Aaron and say hello to everyone. This is going worldwide on the podcast.
Hey, Gene, how are you doing?
Good. Hey, Aaron, how are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, that's enough. Hey, catch me later. I'm in the middle of an interview. I got to go.
Okay, see you, man.
Love you, buddy. Bye, buddy.
Oh, my gosh.
You're funny. I thought I'd get his little face on here to say hi to you guys.
It's all good.
Gene Frederick's become one of my dearest buddies in the world. I mean, I love the man, and we hang out all the time, play golf together, and it's a lot of fun. He and his wife, Susan, beautiful couple.
Yep, I'm excited to meet them in person. We missed them in Puerto Rico. They were out and about, but we'll get them next time, right?
Hey, but you didn't miss us. We were there.
That's right. Well, that's right. So, Brent, how does being a part of EXP make you feel?
Oh, man. I liked, I really liked RE/MAX for my 12 years. And got to the point where I was selling 400 homes a year and Chairman Award, Diamond Award, all that stuff was great. I got to Keller Williams, and man, I was blown away. I mean, I loved it. Loved Keller. I'm like, I'm so fortunate to be at Keller Williams. It's the most brilliant real estate company on the planet. Mm-hmm. So liked RE/MAX a lot. Then I went to Keller. Of course, RE/MAX say Keller's horrible. They'll destroy your career. They're evil. They're for newbies. They have all that training for rookies. You're a star. You don't go to Keller Williams. You sell 400 homes a year. You're a bad boy. You don't need Keller Williams. And they told me how bad. And I went to Keller and I went to all their events. I'm like, no, I do need Keller Williams. This is amazing, the collaboration. And of course, I stayed 8 years. So they were wrong. And then same thing. The funny thing is, though, when I went to EXP from Keller Williams, Keller said the same thing. EX what? They're nobody, 1,200 measly agents. You're a big star for Keller Williams. You ran our most profitable franchise in the world. And you can't, what are you doing? And it'll destroy you. And you're making it. You don't even try. Don't even try. And I went, well, I think logically it just makes sense. And if you're right, I'll be back. I mean, if you're right, I'll be back in 6 months. See, I'm a guy who's not afraid to fail. I built my whole future on failing, but I'm interviewed. I do all these things because I failed more than anyone. I put my chin on the line. I've face planted. I've scuffed my knees. I've fallen flat on my face. I've just got mud on me, whatever. So what? It's like rugby. So what? The guys that are all cleaning the rugby uniforms, they're watching from the sideline. I'm out there getting muddy and banging it up on the field, cut and bruised. But guess what? I became a really great rugby player because I learned. And so will you if you will embrace luxury or embrace REO or embrace team building or embrace buyers or sellers, and you just master lead generation for buyers or master lead generation interviewing for sellers. And then you're going to learn. It's that simple. But along the way, you're going to fail, 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 fail. Ooh, that worked. Fail, fail, fail. Ooh, that worked. Fail, fail, worked. Work, fail, work, fail, work. All of a sudden, you learn what works. But if you try it once a week, once every 2 weeks, you touch it, ain't going to happen. It's like snow skiing. You snow ski once a year, you're going to be horrible. Snow ski every day for 30 days, you're going to be great. Get the pain over with. Be great. And so I think coming to EXP was so amazing because it was mind-blowing. I mean, liked Remax, loved Keller, mind-blowing, passionate, life-changing. There's like meeting Jesus, getting married, having children, and coming to EXP. It was one of those life-altering things for me. And so, at Remax, I did my own thing with my team. And I go to masterminds and stuff, Howard Brent, Star Power, Brian Buffini, Joe Stump, Tom Berry, Craig Proctor. I would do all that stuff, NAEA. But I go back and do my own thing. Keller Williams, same thing. Mastermind, mega camp, family reunion, regional events, this, that. I go back to my office, do my own thing. At EXP, oh my gosh, I did all that, but now I help all the agents. I help hundreds, I help thousands. I now help tens of thousands. I'm focused outward, not going in, and here, this is my office I moved into. It's a beautiful day here in California, but see this door? I used to leave, there's the old hallway. I'd come down that hallway after a big event at Mega Camp and Family Union, and I'd say hi to people in the little coffee shop and the little thing here. And there's the donuts someone left in there. But I get my cup of coffee. You saw me drinking a cup of coffee. I come in here and I'd shut the door. And then I'd make my calls. I'd focus on my listings and helping that team, the Brent Gove team, right? So we take them all to Maui every year, and a team of 18, 25 agents. 2 months before COVID, there's the tip there. We went to the Caribbean together. There's my personal team. But I went from influencing dozens or a few hundred to influencing tens of thousands. Because if you're going to make it, and I only had to actually list 25 agents. I didn't list 250 or 2,500. I mean, people are like, oh, Brent, you're this, you're that. I told 25 of my friends about EXP. They came. They told their friends who told their friends who told their friends. And now in the year with 18,000 in my 7 levels and 28,000 in my organization. But it's loving. It's not just shutting that door. I open that door. I help people now. And the more you show up and add value to the world, the bigger your bank account grows. Mm-hmm. The more it's just about you, you'll make a living. I made a living for decades. Mm-hmm. I get the trophies and plaques, right? Even an EXP one right there. See that? We still have trophies and plaques, but this is all I had for 2 decades.
Yep.
Now I have stock. I have millions of dollars worth of stock. And I have hundreds of friends who have millions of dollars worth of stock. And, Glenn Sanford became a billionaire. The rest of us who applied ourselves became multimillionaires. It's life-changing. That never happened at Remax. I live in the Caribbean now. There's some tax benefits to moving to Puerto Rico, the U.S. government, but relocated my corporation there. I mean, I never had to move to the Caribbean because I was paying hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes monthly. Right. I didn't have to leave. They called Puerto Rico the new Monaco, of the United States. And so there's some great benefits out there, but I'm done. I don't know if I answered your question. I remember what your question was, but hopefully that helped.
You did. You did. You got it. So Brent, you've had a lot of success up to this point in your career. What would you say is most important to you now?
Wow. I think significance from the standpoint of helping other people get to where I am, helping and that's the difference. I want it for everybody, but they got to want it for themselves. Right. And so, but I don't need to work anymore. It's crazy. I mean, what happens? It's a fairy tale life. And I do take Fridays. I go Friday mornings, and then we go explore Puerto Rico on the weekends. And I don't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I do work Monday through Thursday, but I start work at 1:00 every day in Puerto Rico, which is 10 a.m. in California. It's an Eastern time zone this time of year, but it's 10 to 6 Monday through Thursday, and I help. But helping others. And there's 25 million agents, like I said, worldwide. We're going to have 1 million. There's 900,000 coming. And I want to help those 900,000 come through you, Aaron, through Gene Frederick, through everybody else here, and win these stock awards. And instead of there being Dave Liniger, a billionaire, and the rest of those RE/MAX agents just cranking out eggs like at a Foster's farm in a chicken coop or a dairy cow at, the cows are in their stalls and they're just being milked. And you're just, I got 10 escrows, I got 20 escrows, I got 30. That means RE/MAX and Keller's getting paid 10, 20, 30 times, so to speak, right? And so here, and RE/MAX will get paid. I get EXP will get paid. I get that. But they give you stock awards and revenue share, and you own the company. We did not own RE/MAX. We did not own Coldwell Banker. We did not own Sotheby's, and we sure as heck didn't own Keller Williams unless you bought a franchise, but that's 1%. The other 99% of us worked our butts off. And so now we can work our butts and have this, like, Aaron, you're not in my business and I'm not in yours, but as I do well, it makes your stock more valuable that you have. And as you do well, Aaron, you're not in my business. I don't get paid any money directly. I haven't earned any stock for you, but as you do well, it causes EXP to prosper. And as EXPs prosper, my stock becomes more valuable for my children and my children's children. So we all win together. If you met a RE/MAX agent in Egypt or in Italy or in Australia or a Coldwell Banker or Sotheby's or a Keller Williams agent in the other part of the world, and they're killing it. They're selling 800 homes a year. How does that impact your stock at any of those companies? You don't have any stock. You don't own it. And financially, it didn't do anything. At EXP, as we grow around the world, and we're in 19 countries, we're going to add 80 more. We're going to be in 100. We're going to have 1 million. That stock, oh, baby. I've watched it go from 13 cents a share to $1.80 a share to $2.90 a share to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 90, and it's split. And now it's at like 45 a share because it's split, which is good. And we're just, and now we're doing dividends. It's a dividend paying stock. We're debt free. It is unbelievable. And if you're watching this out there, I guess this is live. I thought it was going to be recording. You need to watch. I know all about EXP. If you knew about EXP, you'd be here. I don't know what you were exposed to, what you heard. I was exposed to Keller Williams for 10 years. But when the timings are right and I looked under the hood, I looked behind the veil, I was blown away at what I really learned Keller Williams was all about. It was a great experience. Same thing for EXP. So I don't care what you've seen in the past. Watch themodelexplained.com. Just watch that. Send Aaron a PM. What's it called? What do you call that? A DM, a private message?
Either one.
I don't even know the lingo, man. See, I'm even smart. Look how good I did. Instant messenger, carrier pigeon, smoke signals, email, whatever, text or caller. I'm a text guy if you ever want to reach me.
Oh my gosh, text work. Yeah, all of them work.
Aaron Melton, and you say, tell me about XP. I want to know, because I'm telling you. I just threw a party in Napa with the Mondavi family. They came there 100 years ago, and they're just doing little grapes. Now they have 850 acres. Every acre in Napa's worth $3 million. It's about $2.5 billion. But grandma and grandpa, just normal people, just planting some grapes, like having a little organic orchard. And now it's the Mondavi family. And so I threw a party for Glenn. He's a billionaire. That's what you do. You take billionaires to Napa. And then Mr. and Mrs. Mondavi served the wine to Glenn and everybody. It was like 45 of us. And we had the Mondavi sisters. We rented the event center. The whole thing was all ours. And we had about 100 people there, the top 100 agents at EXP. And then the sisters each had a wine tasting station. And we just had a great time. Nobody got bombed or drunk. It was amazing, but it was very special. And they had all this amazing, they had like 7 chefs, culinary chefs. And we had just an amazing time. But the Mondavi family, what they planned, and what you do with EXP over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, what that'll be in 20, 30, 40, 50 years will be amazing. If you dare to believe it's possible, or you just keep doing what you're doing. And I'll tell you what, Aaron and I will find you in 5 to 10 years, either at the company you're at right now or grinding out at a different one. You still be trying to get more listings. You'll still be trying to put buyers in contract and not have the loan not work out, or the appraisal be a problem, or the fighting over an inspection item. And that's fine. That's what we do. But how would you like to? My rev share hit 100,000 a month 3.5 years ago. I go, I'm done. I was 52. I've never listed another home. Decades of listing homes. You could list homes or you could list agents. Coldwell Banker figured out a long time ago, listing agents is where it's at. Gary Keller figured it out. Listing agents is where it's at. David Liniger, a billionaire from RE/MAX, listed agents. Sotheby's, they focused on listing agents. Christie's auction house, listed agents. Berkshire Hathaway, listed agents. You want to become wealthy, list agents. You want to make a bunch of money, sell real estate, sell 100 homes a year, 200 homes a year, and made a bunch of money. But if you don't repeat it the next year, you're done. So build a company. If you want to call it recruit, fine. I call it being excited about a restaurant. Tell them, people, your friends, how great the restaurant is. Being excited about a movie, being excited about a resort, tell them about it. Why don't we be known as one of those people, one of those caring people that love others and reaches out to them and helps them have a 401k? That's what you want to be known as? Well, no, one of those people always trying to get somebody in some deal. No. If you believe it's going to change their life and there's healthcare and there's stock and things that really benefit, you don't want to be known as a caring, loving person who's thinking about someone besides just themselves. I just want to do my own sales. Oh, you just want to think about yourself. Is that what you're saying? You just want to think. How about saying, I own myself and I'm okay. I know my heart's in the right place. I'm loving and helping others. And so your whole thought, I don't want to be a recruiter, lose it. I don't know if I can do that. It's like saying, I can't be a listing agent. Can you love and care for other people? Yes, you can. And so that's all I got to say on the topic.
You're phenomenal. Brent, thank you so much for being on my show. Thank you so much for not telling me to go jump off a cliff when I came and bothered you guys at dinner in Puerto Rico.
Never.
Awesome.
Never. Aaron, you're amazing. Everybody, text, call, send a message to Aaron. Watch. I'll end with this. Come to our annual convention in Las Vegas next month in November, the 9th, 10th, 11th. Get your tail there. Reach out to Aaron. Say, tell me about EXP. And watch themodelexplain.com. Call Aaron. That's my advice. I look forward to meeting you in Las Vegas at this year's annual convention. I was there 5 years ago as a guest, as a Keller Williams guest. Well, I wasn't, Keller didn't have me there as a guest, but I was the Keller Williams agent and changed my life getting to meet Glenn and the president, the CEO. Come meet some people, meet me, meet Aaron, and we'll see you in Las Vegas the 9th, 10th, and 11th. It's going to be a great annual convention.
Absolutely. Brent, thank you so much. You have a great day and see you soon.
Thank you for having me on. Bye-bye.